What is up, YouTube? It's been a while, and I am going to be more consistent. I'm gonna try to be more consistent and authentic, and just be unapologetically myself. That's it is so fulfilling. It really gives me joy to be authentic and be myself. But today we're gonna talk about the dopamine system and how our dopamine system, it's fucked. I wish I could put some medical device on myself so that we can measure this after work or after looking at screens for a lot of time, because I feel it, right? I meditate. When I'm meditating, that's when I feel this, and that's when I realize, because in meditation the brain sort of resets, it relaxes, it comes to the baseline, and that's when you're like, holy fuck, I was so disconnected, distracted, not myself. um, and it's just, I was looking at some research, some studies as to how social media apps are designed, because I also design websites and dashboard in my 9 to 5, and it's all about attention, right? It's all about, I'm intentionally taking the user through the page. I'm intentionally making sure that their attention goes to certain things and they are on the website for the most amount of time. And the CTA buttons, like the call to action buttons, we give them certain colors and highlight them in some such ways that the user actually clicks on it. So, and I'm not even so that great at my job, but imagine what Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, these guys have the best they have the best and the smartest people working for them, engineers and designers. So there's enough study out there. If you just ask ChatGPT um, about some research as to how social media apps are designed to keep us addicted to them. And yeah, I just delete the apps. I don't have Instagram on my phone. I don't have YouTube on my phone. I deleted Twitter recently because every time you scroll, like, I have this realization. It's like, see something and you feel validated. You feel this like you feel good, but that feeling good is not natural. The feeling good that comes from doing just natural things, or working out, yoga, exercise, dancing, music, just things which are natural, where you are doing something for it, where you are working for it. That's natural, and that's a healthy hit of dopamine. Very interesting thing, if anyone has ever done MDMA or Molly or ecstasy, then the hangovers from that are so bad, because when you take MDMA, what happens is so much serotonin, which is like is also similar to dopamine. It's a feel good chemical. Like, you feel so good in the moment, like your brain pumps out so much fucking serotonin, but the next day you are depleted, you feel depleted, because it has to reset. Like, if you are here and this is your baseline, and next day you're gonna be here, and then eventually you're gonna come there. Just, yeah, man, you gotta be super aware about this stuff, because if you're not aware, they're gonna take you for a ride, and it's just gonna be bad. Like, the I know people don't care about how this is affecting them because they're not aware about it, but yeah, I'm aware about it. And I realize, because when you're disconnected with yourself, when you're not feeling peaceful, when you're not feeling joyful inside your body, then you're going to look at external things, and it just loop, right? I used to smoke a lot of weed, and I've been smoking weed for like 10 years maybe now, and I am at that point where I don't want to smoke it anymore, because it fucks up my discipline, my dopamine. Like, it's just, you feel so high and so good for not doing anything. Like, it's not naturally, you feel the high which you would feel after maybe you've climbed Mount Everest, or maybe after you've had a good sparring session in the gym like Muay Thai or boxing, you know how high and good you feel after a good run. You get the same feeling even better without doing anything, just by smoking a joint. And the problem is, the weed that we are smoking, it's full of chemicals and it's laced with chemicals, right? And it's not even the natural thing yet. Like naturally the weed originally comes from India, right? Alexander the Great, he basically found weed and he was like, holy fuck, this shit is good. Because his soldiers were getting injured in the war, and then he was it was helping them heal and recover and repair. It has that effect, if someone is hurt or sick, it helps you with the pain. So he took it back to Europe, and that's how weed eventually ended up in Europe. And then they did their own thing, made it better, whatever, more THC, more potent, blah blah blah. But yeah, man, like, I'm sitting in my boss's apartment. Look how fucking beautiful this place is. We've got a pool and stuff here, and it's a nice fucking property. How good is this? And my boss always talks about, my boss is a super smart guy. He's into digital marketing. he's 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 a marketing wizard, right? He's made a lot of money in digital marketing, has been doing that for 15-20 years. Back in the day they were ranking on Google and stuff, so he knows this shit. And he talks about eating frogs. It's a phrase in English. What eating frogs means is making sacrifices. You have to be willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do to get ahead. That's the only way. Like, people these days, they don't want to do uncomfortable things. Everyone wants easy. Like, everything is so fucking easy. You go on Blinkit, you go on Amazon, you order stuff, and I don't even have to move from my chair. I can just fucking push a button and things just come to my door. And yeah, shit is easy. But when things become too easy, that's when society collapses. Before, when people get fat and lazy and very comfortable, even this has been happening for thousands of years. The enemy would come and attack the village, and shit would just go down from there. But I want to give you some good ways to reset your dopamine. I've been talking about this a lot, but meditation is probably the best way to do that. And yeah, I know you don't want to meditate right now, but when you do start meditating and you get into that habit, you're going to love it. Meditation is the way, breathwork is the way, good exercise, hydration, sleep. Good sleep is really important. All the young kids, they are hanging out until late, partying 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But when you get a bit older, your body doesn't recover the same. Your body feels it more. And yeah, I just want to give this awareness to the people, because I wish someone was telling me this stuff when I was younger. So yeah, man, fucking delete the Instagram from your phone, delete Twitter, delete YouTube, anything. You can watch long form content like YouTube videos, 10-15 minute, 20-minute videos. It's still fine, because your attention is still on one spot. But the reels, it gives you a bunch of emotions in a very short amount of time, and it's just not natural. And because it's not natural, what happens is, your baseline, like, you get addicted to feeling good and high all the time, and it's just not natural. And when you don't have that, you're gonna feel very low. So then what do? You go back to that. Just interesting stuff I felt like talking about. I hope I can find better ways to explain this stuff to you guys. But yeah, I tried my best. I am going to be posting more consistently, so follow along. I just want to give value, I want to give insights and reflection, because I'm really passionate about this stuff, right? This stuff, talking about this excites me, gives me joy. and I just want to give value to the people. I want you to succeed and become the best version of you. I want you to live your dream life, because that's why we are here for. We are not here to work on someone else's dream. Your soul is here for a reason. Your soul is here to feel certain things, and if it is not going to feel that in this lifetime, it's just going to keep get caught in that cycle of birth and death. And it is your job, it is our job, to make sure that our soul feels that. And yeah, I would say social media and weed and porn. Yeah, porn is a big one which fucks up your dopamine. It's This stuff is not good for the soul. It just takes a hit on the soul. If you realize it or not, it is affecting you for the good or bad. So this is for this video. This is Goat Gurram, Aniruddha Gurram, coming to you from this side. I will speak to you very soon, guys. Keep meditating, keep exercising, keep breathing, and keep living, laughing. Cheers, peace, and love, guys. Bye bye.